Okay. Okay, so we're going to start. Yesterday, we talked about discernment. You remember very well? Yeah? We talked about discernment, and if I'm to go through, we talked about the encounters, the exposure, the reconciliation, the integration, the sustainability, revelation, discernment, and we kept on, they're all in chronological order, right? And today we are talking about responsibility, sustaining what you have built through humility, sincerity, and truth. You're going to see it's about responsibility, basically. I know we talked about humility. I know we talked about sincerity. I know we talked about truth. But now I want us to talk about responsibility. And I'm going to pick, you've inboxed some, even Maya. Okay, fine, no problem. Thank you. So I'm going to start with Solomon's story, like a bit. You remember when he dedicated the temple? When he dedicated the temple to God, after he offered all those sacrifices and he had finished building and everything, and then he dedicated, and then he said, God told him, okay, if my people who are called by my name should humble themselves, seek my face, turn from their wicked ways, I will forgive and I will heal. Two things here. The topic is responsibility. Responsibility, let me just copy it and paste it as well. It's going to be easy. Lesson 8, let me just help you today. I told you I changed the device. Now I'm using the laptop directly, so it's easier for me. So that's the topic. So, like I said, why I'm giving you this story, I'm making reference to the responsibility that comes with what you are doing. When you are building inwardly, you're going to go out there with a solution that God is going to give you, right? But it has conditions. It has very beautiful privileges. The moment you finish this transformation journey and you receive a solution, a divine solution, no one can copy and paste it, by the way. It is your distinctive sound. It is only you, right? Who comes out the way you come out. That's your differentiating factor because you're creating your own roadmap. No one can do this the way you do things. So imagine you have created your roadmap, okay? Imagine you have found your distinctive value, identity, sound, essence, all those in line, the way you have built your system, your human blueprint system, which you're doing right now. You're stepping into unknown spaces, you're navigating your pathway, you don't know what exactly is going to happen. It comes with privileges and responsibilities. And that's what I want us to talk about today. The responsibility that comes with what you have been assigned or called to or mandated. Those roles and responsibilities that you have been given. As you're building, you're going to find them out. As you're creating your roadmap, you're going to realize, okay, this is exactly what I'm going to do. This is what I'm supposed to do. What happened with Solomon when he finished dedicating the temple? God gave him the conditions. No problem. If my people who are called by my name shall humble themselves, seek my face, seek my face, and turn from their wicked ways, I will forgive and heal. Now, he also gave a condition. But if I forgive and heal, and you everything we've been talking about, you lower your boundaries, you lower your standards, you go back to compromises, you forget the disciplines that have brought you to this level, and you start bending them, doing this and that, the responsibility that comes with that, there are no actually consequences for that. I will remove them from the land and take away everything that I've given them. Imagine if you have been blessed and then everything else is taken away. What's the opposite of a blessing? A curse. So as we are building inwardly, I want you to have that in mind. Have that in mind. Whatever you are is revealed to you. Whatever you are receiving in the process of transformation, you will not see it there and then. You will only see it almost like towards the end, after you've gone through all these resistances that we've been talking about, after you've gone through this identity alignment, has stretched your core, you've probably gone out of different environments, or you've cut off some influences. Actually, you've not even cut them off. They have just, hi, Hajara, how are you? Good to see you. Hi, Juliet, how are you? Uh-huh. Oh, thank you very much, Juliet, for that comment. So you have done all this work, then you forget. The moment you forget, that is the beginning of even worse than where you are right now, or where you have been before. If you have passed that part, it will be worse. Network on my part or your part? Guys, can you hear me well? Is there any problem with the network? Because I'm not seeing any glitch on my side. Anybody who is experiencing poor network? Ah, okay, because I don't have any problem with my network here, where I'm, it's actually perfect, Missouri. Okay, so like I was saying, yeah, if you have two options, I've just given you a story before I go on with the lesson, no problem? Okay, good. I've just given you a story so that you can understand, okay? Okay. So that you can understand what it means, okay, to receive solutions, okay, solutions to very, very great, okay, so solutions to very, very serious problems, and the solution is dropped to you. Boom. And let me tell you something, as you faithfully go through this journey of transformation, you will see who you're going to become. You will see who you're going to become, because there's a reason as to why you keep coming to these classes. You're not the one who is drawing yourself here, but there's something that is going to be birthed in you. This school is called JKIN, Professional and Management Development Training. It's a registered school, by the way, in the UAE. JKIN means he shall establish. Not you, not me. But the one that is doing a work in you will establish you. If you are willing to go through the process of transformation, of identity alignment, of building systems and structures in your financial, mental, physical, social, relational, spiritual, all aspects of life, and leading without emotional instability. The moment your identity is aligned, your values, your goals, your vision, everything pertaining to you is right. It cannot be perfect 100%. There's no one who is perfect. But when you start moving, even before you finish, as you go on, you're going to see things. You're going to see opportunities coming to you. Okay? You're going to see, and there will also be counterfeit opportunities that will come. This is also to test your discernment. And don't take it like, oh, I made a mistake. No. Don't worry about what happens. Don't worry. And I mean it. Don't worry. When you worry, you will detour. You'll get off track. But when you say, okay, I'm serious about this, you'll see yourself moving even through the resistances. You'll see yourself growing. You will see yourself transforming. You'll see a totally different new you. You'll be evolving, and before you know it, you'll start creating different income generating activities. You'll see a totally different you. Your perspective about life will completely change. Okay? Now, today we're talking about responsibility. Remember, this is the journey series, the journey of life. You encounter people every single day. Environments, situations, circumstances, they uncover a lot in you. That is the exposure, lesson 2 that we had. Okay? Then you sit down every single day and you reconcile the two. What have I encountered? What has this uncovered? What do I need to do? Align? Does it mean healing? What exactly does it need? Because this is the journey of life, okay? And this is you building your identity so that whatever you do on the outside, whether it's a business, whether it's a job, it's built from a grounded you, an identity that is aligned, okay? So after you have reconciled, and this is what you do daily, you integrate. How do I move forward differently? Because now this was me before, okay? The encounter in that particular small area and what it uncovered and what I chose to do. And now the reason as to why I go through this again in every lesson, so that you can see the chronological order of how the journey of life is. Because this is your everyday experiences. From the time you wake up, the decisions you make, the people you encounter, the places you go to, the things you are doing, everything. I want you to note the patterns, signals. Nothing is a coincidence, okay? Because remember, you are going through a transformation process. After you said yes, you made a decision, I'm going to do this, things are totally different. You may not see it now, but the fact that you made a decision to go through this transformation process, you will see it later. It will all make sense, okay? So we looked at sustainability. How do we sustain? Okay? How do we ensure that we sustain this alignment on a daily? How do we ensure that every single day, this is how we live our lives? Because we are very intentional, because we are leaders, we are stewards, we have been assigned responsibilities. So we cannot live our lives the way we were living them before. Because we have people who are going to be patterning their lives based on who we are. So we have to be serious. We take it one step at a time. And by the time we are not even done, we're like, hey, this actually really made sense. Okay. So what exactly does it reveal when it comes to yourself? Who are you when you don't have, when you have? Who are you under pressure? Who are you when resistance comes? Who are you when excitement, good news, opportunities come? Who are you? Are you still the same Kezzy? Are you still the same Grace? Are you still the same Juliet? Sim? Are you still the same Hajara? Are you still the same? Okay. So now that you've understood that, and yesterday we talked about discernment, okay? Today we're talking about responsibility. There are privileges and there are responsibilities that come with what you have been or what you are, who you're becoming. When you are evolving into this new person, there are responsibilities and there are privileges. Oh, the privileges are very beautiful. Probably you'll never be broke again. Because now you have a system. Now you have a solution to a problem. Now you have income generating activities. That is not your problem anymore. The problems you're facing before are not going to be your problems going forward. But remember, every level comes with new challenges. When you step into your true leadership authority and you start the journey of life in another level, in another season, there are responsibilities and there are privileges. So you have to be able to understand. Now that you have seen yourself clearly, you have identified your vulnerabilities, the next question becomes, will you take responsibility to remain aligned? Because it takes your commitment. And I've given you the example of Solomon. You know what happened to him at the end, right? But you know exactly what he received. He got 2 visitations. What do you want? Wisdom to be able to lead the people? Okay. Then he builds a temple and everything. Another visitation. I've given you promise and a warning. I have received your sacrifice. I've made this place my sanctuary. What happened? He forgot. This is not to guilt trip you. But as we go on through this journey of life, you never know after this call, an opportunity could knock on your door. Will you remember? Will you remember all these lessons that we've been having? Because you'll be tested. How do you respond when you are put in a position where you probably might be inclined to take offense, but you cannot afford it. So how do you respond? Are you going to respond the old way? Think about it. Okay? So, transformation is what we are doing on this channel. This is Build Beyond You. Maybe for those who have just joined us, this is Build Beyond You. My name is Jacinta. On this channel, we rediscover identities. We nurture those innate abilities. And then we also learn how to overcome obstacles, hindrances that do not allow us to go forward in our leadership authorities, wherever, whatever sphere that you may be in, could be medical, could be government, whatever it is. Yeah, we want to ensure that there's emotional stability and we live a balanced life. So it's about your identity. It's about you building inwardly first before you go out there to build. Okay? So you see, transformation is not just received. It must be sustained responsibly. Responsibly. Okay? You see, so many of us may go through this transformation. We may receive clarity. We may experience restoration. There is peace now, this and that and that. But if you fail to sustain it, if you stop being intentional every single day, if you lose the humility, and okay, now things are going on so well, you started growing wings. If you find yourself returning to the old patterns, I've not said you're going to be perfect, but remember, I have been advocating for an accountability partner here every single day. You must have an accountability partner. This is what is going to keep you in check. Oh, sorry, Juliet, that is sad. That is sad that you network. Maybe you need to switch locations or something. I don't know. Just switch off the Wi-Fi and on, or maybe something like that. So if you find yourself returning to old patterns, that is where the danger is. The same version of you that was healed. Remember the story I told you of the lady who had 4 years of healing, and just one moment took her back. Everything that she had done in the 4 years. So just know, as you have healed, the enemy is not going to be at peace with you. It's not going to allow you to enjoy. It's going to try and come up always. Bring any false accusations. Even something that probably you have not done. Or anything. That's what happens. So you have to make sure that you are guarded up. Keep those guardrails intact where they need to be. Your energy, your effort, your time. It's important. Because the same version of you that was healed can become the one that destroys everything in just a moment of compromise, of the way you respond, not because you did not grow, but because you did not remain aligned. Alignment requires sustainability. Remember, this is your identity. You're the one who makes the decisions. You're the one who puts in the work. You're the one who goes out there to build. So you're the same person who can just put it down completely from up to down. Just one moment of reaction, of not first sitting and say, what is this? What is going on here? Hmm. Okay. You need to be still and watch. Does it make sense now? You're so quiet. What is happening? Are you reflecting? Hmm? Are you reflecting? Share. Before I start the reflection session, what are you thinking about? What is happening in your minds right now? Hmm? What is happening there? Sim, what is happening? Hmm? Hajar, what are you thinking about? I want to hear from you before I start the reflection session. Kezi, are we there? You're reflecting about it? Okay, that's good to hear. That's good to hear. Okay, now that you're reflecting about what I've just said, the responsibility and the privileges that come with this transformation process, what you are receiving, solutions to different problems, your healing, your transformation. Okay. Question one. Are you still operating with humility or have you become comfortable? Kezi, did you get that? Are you still operating with humility or have you become comfortable? Are you still operating with humility or have you become comfortable? For example, have you become relaxed after progress? If there's any progress that you have made anywhere, is there anywhere in this whole process where you have become comfortable, relaxed after the progress that you've made in whatever particular area it is? Is there anywhere you have become relaxed? Or are you still operating with humility? Because this one is very important. That's the root that is going to help you um, with the way you respond, especially when you are confronted. Maybe you have been falsely accused, or anything can just come up. You know, these things of life. You woke up in a good mood, you get to office, or you get to work wherever. Just something just crops up. How are you going to handle? Humility is the virtue that's going to push you. You're operating with humility. Okay, what are you doing the eyes like that? You're operating with humility. You're operating with humility, that is good. Whatever challenge that comes to you, and most of the times this comes when there are challenges, yeah? Whatever challenges come to you when you wake up in the morning, you've chosen you're going to be serious, you're going on with your day, everything is going on well. Trust me, something has to trip. Something, especially when you are going through identity alignment or transformation, there has to be, like how someone can just come and push you. Like, where is this coming from? You know, the enemy will not just leave you to be happy, at peace, and oh no, there has to be some small resistance, discomfort. It's going to come, and it's going to also test how firm you are. Okay, so if you're still operating with humility, that is good. Don't get so comfortable. Always keep your eyes on your sleeve. Okay? Question two. Have you stopped doing the things that build your alignment? You don't take one day to ruin your full week. Okay? You huh? Or you don't let one day to ruin your full week. Yes, that is a very good thing. That's a very good decision to take. You don't let one day to ruin your full week. Thank you. That's nice. That's great. Uh-huh. Don't let one day ruin your full week. Okay. So, question 2. Have you stopped doing the things that build your alignment? Remember, we're talking about responsibility, and responsibility requires you to continuously um, adhere to the disciplines that you have created or that you have received or that have been revealed to you, to continually build or transform or heal or align whatever it is, that whatever work that you're doing internally. Okay, have you stopped doing those things that either build your alignment or that are building your alignment? Are you neglecting discipline? Are you neglecting structure or intentional growth? Every single day when you wake up, you have to intentionally choose to be intentional. Be intentional about discipline. Be intentional about time. Be intentional about whatever it is that you have to do. If you have to study, because let me give you an example. Before I teach, I have to study. So you see, I cannot come on this platform and just teach. That's a discipline. If I wake up in the morning and I just come and teach, that's wrong. I have to study. So what is it that you're supposed to do? What preparation to make sure that everything that you do is effective? What do you have planning? You plan in all your areas. Do you plan for your finances? Do you plan for your all these areas that we keep talking about every day? Do you make plans? You have to, and one step at a time, and be very consistent. Don't wait until it's too overwhelming for you that you have to deal with fixing damages. Okay, I make my day productive. Okay, that's good. That's good. I have a schedule. That is nice. That is nice. I hope we're not talking about your schedule for work only, but also your personal schedule. Do you have a schedule for um, your identity alignment in terms of all the areas that we keep talking about? Yes, you have a schedule for your work, but what about you, as Hajara, as a person? Oh, sorry. Sorry, Juliet, about that. You have a personal schedule. Oh, that's very beautiful. That's very beautiful. That's very beautiful. I hope everyone is speaking a leaf. I hope everyone has a personal schedule. You're supposed to have a personal schedule. Remember, we are aligning identity. Okay? We are aligning identity. Sorry, Juliet. I don't know. We can't even help you. I think it's on your side, really. Yeah. Okay, so 3, are you slowly returning to old patterns? This one requires you to be very honest with yourself. You see, I've said responsibility and privileges. There is a temptation for you to probably react the way you are reacting if confronted just all of a sudden with something, and you find yourself reacting. I've reacted when you know you've been trying to work on your responses, work on your emotions. You have been transforming because you're now getting to that level of maturity where you no longer handle things the way you were handling them. You've been rebuilding your identity basically, right? So whatever triggers you, those triggers, they're going to come every single day. They'll come, they'll come. And then they want to drag you back probably to your old habits or your old identity. If, for example, I like using false accusations because that's an area that I am so well conversant with. I don't want to use an example that I don't understand. If, for example, you have struggled with false accusations each and every time, they kind of like crop up. Someone just finds a reason to want to interfere with your joy or your, rhythm. or your consistency. So they want just coming, So how did you used to handle that before when you're falsely accused? Did you used to go and you start like defending yourself, or does it take you back? You start worrying, or something like that? Yeah. And now you have gone through identity alignment transformation. When this happens, you first sit down. Remember, we practice pause, breathe, okay, and think on it. What exactly is this doing? This might be trying to reopen a door that I have closed. How I respond will either open that door or keep it closed. That's why you need to first pause and breathe and say, what is going on here? And the moment you start that, it's going to change completely. That's just one area or one example that I have given. I need you to think about, to reflect which old pattern wants to come up. Any old pattern. Now that is on reactivity and the way you respond. For example, reintroducing behaviors that you once removed. You can be so peaceful and somehow the old you is whispering. Jacob said, God has called me Israel, but there's one person that doesn't leave me, Jacob. What did he refer to? He was referring to old patterns, old identity. That old person, Jacob, the cunning, he never wanted to leave Israel. That's one person with two names. When he changed, when he was completely transformed, he was named Israel. But Jacob never wanted to leave. Always used to come with these whispers, just so that he can be dragged back. And it only takes one mistake, and you're back to where you started. But it's how you respond. You need to pause, breathe before you respond. What is this? Where is this coming from? What door is seeking attention? What is looking for my energy? You need to guard your energy, because not everything deserves your attention. Okay? Lest you return to old patterns. Question 4. Kezi, pardon on what exactly? The question, because I'm just going to give you question 4. I said you need to guard your energies. Is that where I left you? You need to guard your energy, protect your energy, not everything deserves your attention. Okay, it's okay. Not everything deserves your attention. Okay? You need to guard. I don't know if you know what they call energy vampires. If you have responsibilities, especially if you're a leader, a steward, or a visionary, you have to be in an environment, even in your mind, that keeps everything at bay, right? And because you want the flow of what you're doing not to be interfered with. You can't 100% avoid that. They will always come. But it takes you yourself not to self-sabotage, but to pay attention to the patterns. What you experienced before will always try to come back. So if you didn't skip any step on understanding how this door was reopened, then when it comes back again, you will see it for what it is and you say, no, I see you. You want to open this door again. I left that level. and I'm not going to go back. So stay in your lane. You need to do the work and come up hither, okay? But I'm not going to allow you to enter that door that you want to reopen. That's what I'm saying. Don't, the temptation of going back to old patterns, Jacob, will always linger. Look for ways. You know, when thieves are going to rob a house, they don't just come. They draw a plan, a very serious one. And they will study, do a very serious study. How do we break in? That's exactly what I'm talking about. How do we break in? So even you, as you're transforming, as you're evolving, as you're building inwardly, they say there are people who are lurking around, LURK, waiting for any opening. You're the one who's going to open that door. Now, so that's where the disciplines, watch, be vigilant, be vigilant, be vigilant. The enemy prowls around looking for who to devour. Question 4. Do you take responsibility for maintaining your growth? Do you take responsibility for maintaining your growth? Do you take responsibility for maintaining your growth? For example, blaming circumstances instead of staying intentional. Do you find yourself blaming circumstances instead of staying intentional? You see that blame game, if it catches up with you, sometimes you need to learn to take responsibility for anything that's around you. If it doesn't deserve your attention, don't give it attention. That is you taking responsibility, even with your silence or with ignoring things that don't deserve your attention, like minding your own business. Mind my own business. Because you do not know what's going to happen. You do not know if it was a trap set for you right there. You knew that you're going to pass here, and then it was set for you. Then you find yourself going. Is it your concern? Have you had that go there? Or you just, in my language, we call it kwetu mikiriza. That is the niceness we're talking about yesterday. Being too nice. There's nothing like being nice. Be very intentional. If you need to do this, it's my responsibility to do this, do it. But being too nice has earned so many of us serious problems. Yes, see, I'm sure you can relate. So, stay intentional, take responsibility, and maintain your growth. Anything that wants to detour you from that, sign out. Sign out, because you're very intentional. You also want to get there. So you don't want to spend so much time in the distractions, okay? Because the noises will come, the distractions will be there every single day. I want you to hear me and hear me well now with this one. Every single day, there has to be a distraction, there has to be noise. There has to be something that just wants your attention or to tap into your energy. So it's entirely up to you to be very vigilant and discerning and attentive. Why at this particular time is this coming up? Like, let's say you receive a weird message, you're supposed to go for an interview, and you receive the message 10 minutes to your interview. Unfortunately, you opened up the message. It's a very disturbing message. It's not urgent, nothing, it's just a distraction so that your mind can get away from your focus. Have you experienced that? You have to take responsibility to maintain your growth. The distractions will come. Don't blame circumstances. Take responsibility. Anything that doesn't deserve your attention, anything that deserves your attention, because you're transforming, okay? And you're preparing yourself for where you're headed, right? Question 5. Are you treating transformation as a phase or a lifestyle? Are you treating transformation as a phase or a lifestyle? For example, temporary change or consistent alignment? Which one is it for you? This one, I need answers. Come alive, come alive. Where are you? You're too quiet. I need something from you. How are you treating this transformation phase? Is it temporary or is it something that you are considering as a lifestyle? Consistent alignment. Let me hear from you. Now I'm quiet. I want to hear from you. What is this transformation phase, this transformation to you that we are working, that we are carrying out every single day? How are you treating it? Phase is PHASE. Casey says she's treating it as a lifestyle. Grace as a lifestyle. Anybody else? Anybody else? Hajara, how are you treating this transformation? Is it a temporary change or a lifestyle? In a lifestyle, I mean you're going to consistently align. Every single morning, you will wake up and say, Thank you for correcting that. Oh, Sim, I didn't hear from you. Are you treating it as a phase? That's a temporary change? Oh, yours is lifestyle. Thank you. Who else is committing to a lifestyle? Who else is committing to a lifestyle? Who else is committing to a lifestyle? Okay, let's go on. Okay, so when we say transformation, whether it's a lifestyle or a phase, this is actually now, these are 5 questions that I have given. Usually I give you 5 questions in that reflection session. I want you to ask yourselves what the answers that I have written down, what are they revealing? Am I preserving, or these answers, do they reveal that I'm risking everything that I'm building or that I've built? Look at your answers from the questions and ask yourself, are you preserving what you are building, who you're becoming, who you've become, what you've done so far, still going on, or are there any possible areas that in your answers that are highlighting a risk in what you're building or what you've built? Is there anyone who has answers that are kind of like shaky to a point that I might be risking what I'm building based on what I've answered? If you've answered the questions, guys, I hope you take these assessments very seriously because you are creating your own roadmap. And every lesson that we are done, we are not repeating it. So, what are your answers revealing to you? Are you preserving, or is there anything that's showing that you are risking? I could say I have a 10% risk that I have seen in one of these questions, if I answer myself. You got 4 out of 5, okay? Sorry. Today is totally off topic. Sorry, dear. You got 4 out of 5. Anybody else has a scale that they are using, either 1 to 10, or what in according to how you see it? Are there areas where you are actually saying, yeah, I'm actually preserving here? Or are there any areas that you see, I'm risking something here? Grace, what is yours? You're trying to preserve? Great. Just when I mentioned your name, then you wrote. You're trying to preserve? That's great. That's great. That's great. Anybody else? Anybody else? Anybody else? Anybody else? Anybody else? Anybody else? You're trying. See, what are you trying to do? Preserve or risking? Which one? You need to give me. You need to, whatever you do needs to be measurable. You have to have a scale that I think 50% I am preserving from the answers I have given, 50% I am risking. So I need to pay attention to what it is that I am risking so that I can see what I can do. Because before we go to the how to steps, it helps you to know which areas require your attention and which areas require you to ensure sustainability. So you measure. Oh, okay. You want, no, I don't think she can write explanations. Yeah, she can only write the titles. Okay, so let's go to the how to steps. Now, the how to steps will help you to see those areas that you have highlighted that are high risk. You'll be able to see what exactly you need to do. Okay, how to preserve. Okay, okay. You're trying to preserve. That's good. Thank you, Sim. Thank you for sharing that. Okay, step 1. Now, the how to steps are specifically for this lesson. I always highlight that. When I say responsibility, taking responsibility, okay? Remember, there are responsibilities and there are privileges. You have to be responsible enough to maintain your privileges. You don't want to lose your privileges, okay? So whatever it is that you've been doing, that you have developed, the disciplines, continue with them. Be very consistent so that you can maintain and sustain what you have built. Okay? Okay. So, 1, stay humble daily. Stay humble daily. Do not outgrow discipline. I think that one I've been talking about every day. When I say humble, I don't mean quiet. Humble is you, or humility is you. These are the disciplines that I have that have got me here. Let me maintain them. Humility is you being consistent with the disciplines. Humility is you continuing this transformation process, identity alignment. It doesn't come to an end. It doesn't come to an end. You continue learning. Don't get to a point and say, now me, I think I'm good to go. Learning doesn't come to an end. Even when you're 90, you will continue learning. That's what I mean by humility. Stay humble by being accountable. Remember the story that I gave you of the lady? The reason as to why she was caught off guard and lost all her 4 years of healing was because she did not have an accountability partner. A healthy one, chosen by God, by the way. Ask God to give you an accountability partner. He'll give you. Okay? So if you hide some things and you're like, because the reason as to why you're hiding, by the way, is because you know that it is wrong. The moment you start, it could be your husband, it could be your wife. The moment you start hiding these little things, that is the beginning of the beginning if that's what I should say, because that will be the breeding ground for the enemy to lay siege. And by the time you wake up, oh my God, where did this? Oh my God, I was so not serious. And when you come back to, you draw back to where it started, it was something very small that you are either negligent about, or you compromised, or you felt like you can be in control. Now I've grown. Let me repeat. Stay humble daily. What do I mean by staying humble? Do not outgrow the disciplines that have brought you here. Do not outgrow learning. It's a continuous project. That's why I asked you one question. Who is here to choose transformation as a lifestyle? Is it a temporary change for you or a lifestyle, which is identity alignment? Okay? So do not outgrow discipline. Do not outgrow learning. Do not outgrow accountability. Always be accountable. Okay? 2, remain consistent in alignment. Remain consistent in alignment. Continue what built you. Continue with what built you, what healed you, what structured you. These daily inputs, the daily disciplines, the things that you are doing, continue. If you had a discipline, for example, spiritually, you pray, you command your morning before you sleep, before you eat, continue with those disciplines. If in relationships you're very serious about discerning who you let in your circle and everything and keep them up, continue with those disciplines. If in regards to mental to intellectual property, you read a chapter every day, or you try to make sure that you are knowledgeable about this area, keep consistent. And every single day, you wake up, you come to this class probably, and you live with something. That something that you have left with is what I want you to maintain as a discipline, if it has worked for you. Okay? If it has worked for you. So be very consistent. When you apply a discipline and it actually produces fruit, continue with that discipline. Continue. Oh, my dears. In consistency lies the power. Okay? 3, guard against complacency. Guard against complacency. You see, comfort is where misalignment begins. The moment you start becoming very comfortable. Number 2 was remain consistent in alignment. Remain consistent in alignment. That's what I've been discussing. Okay. The number 3 is guard against complacency. What do I mean? Okay. Complacency is like you becoming comfortable. And when you start becoming very comfortable, misalignment begins. Misalignment begins. So even when these distractions come on a daily, they are to your advantage because they are to keep you alert. When they come, you be alert because they are like alerting you what are the possible threats to what you have built. When anything like resistance comes around you, your identity, what you're building, you're going to work, your character, anything that tests you, alignment, your transformation, what you are doing, anything that tests you, look at it for what it is and ask, what is this? Could it be a threat? How do I combat it? That's why when you become complacent, that is comfortable. Even when these threats come in, you won't be able to see them. Before you know it, you are misaligned and your discipline weakens. Don't ignore anything. When anything like resistance comes in, ask, what is this? It could be a warning of a mushrooming operation. And if you don't go back to God and say, God, what is this? Because only He knows what's happening here on the earth realm. You don't know what's behind your back, which you have to guard. So you tell him, there's this. You say, okay, what do I need to do? And that's how you survive in life, especially as a leader, as a steward, as a visionary. If you do not guard against complacency, before you know it, you will have leakages. Leakages in your finances, leakages in your relationship. And it starts slowly. Because as you're seriously focusing, someone else is seriously building a siege against you. So anything, pay attention. Could it be a threat? How do you guard? Because even our governments, the reason as to why we are peaceful, we are safe, we are happy, we are smiling, it's because they're always guarding the nation, the security, watching what are the possible threats. So you as a leader, you as a steward, you as a visionary, are you guarding? You have to be the security, the security, the security of your gates, of your finances, of your relationships, of your identity, of your peace, of your families. Maybe if you have a home, you have to be your own security. No one is going to do that for you. So when you see inconsistencies, maybe in the bank statements or in anything, and you don't pay attention to those little things, it could be 0.01. Now imagine the compounding effect of 0.01 after 5 years. That's when you register the loss because you became complacent in that area. Okay? And it's going to interfere with your consistency. So guard against complacency. Okay? 4, take full responsibility. 4 is take full responsibility. Your growth is your responsibility, is your maintenance, is your stewardship. No one is responsible for your growth. No one is supposed to maintain for you whatever it is that you're building, where you're headed. So take full responsibility. Don't blame. Take full responsibility. Be very accountable. Every step, every decision, every choice, every thought that you allow to settle in your mind. Because if you allow it to settle in your mind, it's going to go down to your heart, then it's going to come out through your mouth. What will you have created? Chaos, disorder. When you have been in alignment. So take full responsibility for your growth. Your growth is your stewardship. If you have these consistent distractions, find a way asking God, what do I do with this? Don't work in isolation. You cannot. You're not self-reliant. Don't forget that. Today we're talking about responsibility, and responsibility is a very serious area for a steward, a leader, or a visionary. Whatever it is that you're building, if you don't learn how to take responsibility and you become complacent, compromise, and all those things that we keep talking about every single day, that is how whatever it is that you're building, your empire starts shaking. Before you know it. So you have to defend, guard. Whatever needs to be kept out, keep it out. Whatever doesn't deserve your attention, keep it out. But don't also trust in your own strength only. Okay? Get down on your knees. Ask for protection. Ask for intervention. Every time you see something that is threatening your peace, something that is threatening your consistency, something that wants to gain access or attention, that entitlement that I kept talking about the last time. Entitlement was not just about the money that time. Remember, we're talking about the money. The poor will feel like they're entitled to your space. You have to guard. There are things, environments, situations, circumstances, or people that feel like they're entitled. No. No. You have to learn how to say no. N-O in caps. Unapologetically. Especially on this journey of growth. Because you are responsible for your growth. You have a mandate, an assignment. So whatever you allow, we keep saying we teach people how to treat us. Hey. Whatever you do not confront, I've been telling you these things. Step 5, choose alignment repeatedly. Choose alignment repeatedly. Choose alignment repeatedly. This is not a one-time decision. This is a daily choice. This is a daily choice. Choose alignment repeatedly. 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 Okay? Those are the steps, the how to steps. Why are we quiet? Reflecting? Are we reflecting? Thank you, Kezi. So as we conclude, okay, responsibility is what sustains this transformation. Today we have focused so much on responsibility. Yesterday we talked about discernment. This is the journey of life. And responsibility is not just for today when we are talking about it. It's something that you're going to carry with you. So every time you come to class, I keep reminding you, what did you encounter yesterday? What did it uncover? Did you get your journal? Did you do some writing? What did you choose to do? Was it kind of like leading you to align or heal? What exactly was it compelling you to do? Okay. How are you moving forward now? That is the integration part. This is the daily life, the journey of life. So every time I'll keep reminding you. Now tomorrow I'm going to ask, Kezi, what encounter did you have today? Now pay attention to today's encounter. I want you to come tomorrow. I'm going to give you an assignment actually today. Before I go to the assignment, I want to give you an assignment and I want you to come tomorrow. I'm going to sit down like this and each and every one of you has to give me an encounter, okay, that you have experienced, what it has uncovered, basing on everything that we have been going through. What has it uncovered? How do you reconcile? What was it compelling you to do? Align or tomorrow? And starting with you, Casey, you're the one who's going to first give us your come prepared. Prepare it properly. But first wait for the end of the day, journal it properly, come and share with us. Okay? Then Grace, you will go next. And don't dodge tomorrow because I've given you an assignment. Same. I want you to pay attention to your encounters today. Whatever it is, it may not be a person, maybe a circumstance, a situation. I want you to come up to you don't have to be perfect, no. But organize it properly. Okay? And come and share with us here. Okay, so like I said, responsibility is what sustains your transformation. What you fail to maintain, you will eventually lose. Did you hear me well on that one? What you fail to maintain, you will eventually lose. So as a steward, as a visionary, today you're very weak. You pushed yourself to log in. Oh, sorry, Casey. Sorry about that. May you heal. May you receive healing. May you be fine shortly. Sorry about that. Grace, you're laughing. I'm serious. Come tomorrow with the assignment I'm giving. Pay attention to the encounters you're having today, however small they are. Casey, we pray that you get better. Thank you for pushing. That is exactly what I'm saying. You push yourself. Whatever is fighting your growth. And sometimes it may not be something that is fighting your growth. You're going through stretching. You'll receive attacks, sicknesses, what? That is growth. That is growth for you. But sorry, Casey. Yes, it's a lifestyle. That's good. Good that you've written that. It's a lifestyle. So, as a leader, as a steward, as a visionary, you are not just called to build, you are called to preserve. Preservation is what? The lifestyle that we are choosing to align our identities daily. You choose to wake up in the morning and say, pay attention to yourselves first before you go out there. By the way, that's how you keep yourself firm and anchored. That even when the storms come, they don't find you weak. They'll push you a bit, you bend a bit, but you come back and sit up straight. Like Casey here. She's weak, she's in class, and she's doing a job that she gave herself. That you see, Casey, God is watching. He's looking at you like this. There is nothing. You will be very surprised. I've been so surprised with so many things that I've done, and I'm like, was it important? Yes. It may not have seemed important when you are doing it. That's why I say, step into those unknown spaces, do things you've never imagined to do. You never know. And we don't do things because we want to get rewards for them, no. But you never know still. Okay? So, where have you become complacent? What must you return to immediately? Okay? And what responsibility have you been avoiding? That is the assignment, personal assignment. Apart from the assignment that I've given you that you're coming with tomorrow, when we come to class, it's going to be you. The first 30 minutes will be about you, not me. So come ready for that. But still, yes, her labor won't be in vain. That is true. Thank you very much, Casey. We actually really do appreciate that. So where have you become complacent? You can note that. What must you return to immediately that you know is your responsibility? It was given to you. No one else can do it the way you do it. And what responsibility have you been avoiding? Casey, this time let me help you, since you have expressed. Okay, so that's the assignment that I've given you today. Okay, so I guess this is it, guys. Thank you so much. Unless you have any questions, that is it for our lesson today. That is it for our lesson today. Anyone has any question? Are we okay? We can log off and leave. Thank you so much, guys, for coming, for attending. Yes, that's your homework, Hajara. But I've also given you homework to come with tomorrow. You're presenting your number 4, Hajara, to present tomorrow. Note the encounter that you're going to have today. You're welcome, Casey. You're welcome. So, guys, I think this is it for us. Let's meet tomorrow, same time. Okay. The assignment. See, I said. Let me give you the whole chronological order. Thank you very much, Grace, of how I want you to pay attention to your day today. The journey that we have been going through, this is what we have covered so far. I want you to pay attention to your encounters, what they expose, reconciliation. Sorry, I didn't even space. I just copied and pasted. Let me copy again and then I space for you properly. The encounters, the reconciliation. Let me do it for you properly. Integration. These are classes we've been having, okay? From the time we started this series, the journey series. So I want you, they're there. I want you to pay attention to today's experiences, or your day basically, okay? Sorry. Pay attention to your encounters, okay? What do they uncover? That's the exposure. And then reconcile. What do they compel, that the encounters that you had and what they've exposed, what do they compel you to do? Do they compel you to, do they need you to heal or to align? Something particularly for that particular encounter. You understand what I mean? Yeah. And then integration, okay? Integration is about, what do I choose? How do I move differently now from what I have reconciled? If I say I need to heal in this particular area, I have been, I think, traumatized and I wasn't paying so much attention to it. Now it has been revealed to me from this encounter, this person that I met, they were actually like a mirror to me. I received a very clear revelation that I need to heal in this area. Okay, fine, no problem. I'm going to heal, and this is how I'm going to move forward differently. Okay, this is how I'm going to handle from today onwards. That's the integration. Yeah. Then the sustainability is about, how do I maintain this discipline that has been exposed to me through this encounter and the discipline that I've decided to choose to do. Yeah. How am I going to sustain it? You start including it in your to-do lists to ensure that you don't step away from it or don't lose it. Pay attention to it as well. You know how you can do it. You have your own way of doing it. Remember, you're creating your own roadmap. I don't do that for you. All I do is guide you daily. Okay. Then the revelation, who you are. Remember, that was a class we had about yourself. Okay. In that particular situation, maybe that it may not really apply. And then how did you discern? Yeah, remember yesterday we talked about discernment. What was your discernment? We shall see your discernment from what you present tomorrow. Okay, we shall be able to assess you, because that one you cannot assess yourself. We shall be able to assess your discernment. And I'll be giving you feedback, by the way. Let me tell you one thing. Act on it very intentionally, the assignment that I'm giving you today. Okay? And you will see how I will be able to help you. This is how I come in to help you and assist you, because now you've given me an example, so I have an insight on what you are encountering and what it is revealing to you. Do it very intentionally. Come here and present it. Doesn't matter how it is, whether it is in skeleton form or you feel it's not complete or anything. Just come here with it and I'll guide you. I'll guide you. I'll reveal something to you that you may not even know. Okay? So, unless you have anything, carry out those assignments that I give you. They help you as you're creating your roadmap. Okay? So this is it for me today. Thank you so much, guys. Yes, once again, I'll see you tomorrow, same time. Okay? And if we are late a bit, just come. Just make sure you come to YouTube and find the live and come to class. Be on time. Okay? Is there any question? Anyone has something to say? Okay. I'll see you tomorrow, guys. Bye-bye. Thank you.